Now, good morning, dear student. Once again, welcome everybody in our science class. Now, today in this class or today's class is about water. This is about the food preservation, and we one more topic discussed that is remaining in this chapter, that is the nitrogen cycle. So first, now we start from this food preservation. Now, food preservation means it's a method or the process in which we protect our food by getting a spoilage. Means you can say that it's a food preservation is a method or a process in which water we can protect our food by getting a spoilage by the microbes. Means how to stop the growth of microbes in a food, and how we can protect our food for getting a spoilage. So food preservation means water. The method, it is a method, or you can say that a process by which we can protect or avoid the growth of microbes to get spoilage of food. मीन्स ये एक ऐसे मेथड है, एक सब तरीका है जिसमें हम अपने फूड आइटम को स्पॉयल होने से बचाते हैं या फिर माइक्रोब्स की ग्रोथ को इनहेबिट करके रोक के हमारे फूड मटेरियल को अपन लॉन्ग टाइम तक रख सकते हैं, प्रिजर्व करके रख सकते हैं, सीव करके प्रोटेक्ट करके रख सकते हैं. सो आई थिंक यू अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट द फूड प्रिजर्वेशन. सो वेरी क्लियर, इट्स अ मेथड of protecting or to stop the growth of microbes to getting a food spoilage. Okay, now miss next what are the ways, means what are the ways by which we can protect the growth of microbes or we can preserve our food. means किस तरह से आप अपने आप को फूड को लॉन्ग टाइम के लिए प्रिजर्व करके रख सकते हैं. सो देयर आर द वेरियस स्टेप्स और वेरियस मेथड्स adopted by us or at our homes or for the industrial purpose or for many other commercial purpose. So various methods adopted for the food preservation. First one is refrigeration. It's a very simple, very simplest method. That is everybody, we all adopted this method. Means simply we are keeping the food material into the freeze or for the refrigeration, है ना. सबसे simplest method है. This is the very simplest method. So normally suppose that whatever the food material left over that we keep into water freeze or for the deeper refrigeration. So that refrigeration, that refrigerator is a you can say the machine or a manner this tools or machine which used for water रेफ्रिजरेशन. सो ये क्या एक सिंपल सा मेथड है जो सब आप जानते हो. घर में कुछ खाना बना है, बच गया तो अपन फ्रीज में रख देते हैं, दूध को फ्रीज में रख देते हैं. हाँ, वेजिटेबल्स टू बी स्टोर, फ्रूट्स एंड ऑल दिस थिंग्स टू बी स्टोर इन अ वाटर रेफ्रिजरेटर और इन अ फ्रीज. सो दिस डीप फ्रीज और रेफ्रिजरेटर और रेफ्रिजरेशन इज वन कॉमन मेथड which is adopted by us to preserve the food and it utilized for a long time. Now next, this refrigeration is the simplest method. This is the preservation of by common salt. Normally, generally you see that common salt means sodium chloride. Common salt, sodium chloride or salt. So by this process is called salting. Generally you see that we can use the salt for preserving when you can observe many times at your see that your mama is preparing the pickles. So before making pickles, that all the raw mangoes treated with water salt, and so that process is called water salting. Generally simply you can say that salting, and this method is called sowing. So for example, many food materials like meat, fish, amlas, raw mangoes, this all can be treated with the what? Salt. And the salt absorbs all the moistures contained in it, and it makes them inhabitable or makes the unfavorable condition for the growth of microbes. Means microbes cannot be growth, or if the microbes cannot grow, then the food material is not spoilage. Because as I told you that when we are talking in the previously classes about the microbes. So as I told you to you that the main causes for the food spoilage is what? Microbes. So if we control over the microbes, if we stop the growth of microbes in the food material, we can preserve it for the long time period, and it can available for a long time. So by the salting, means by using the salt or common salt, sodium chloride and Cl, by using this salt, we can preserve this food materials like meat, fish, amla, raw mangoes for the long time period. Next, preservation by the sugar. This is called a sugary. Means the sugar can also use for making jams, jellies and species, because when we use the sugar, it also absorbs the moistures present in this food material, and it makes inhabitable condition or an unfavorable condition for the growth of microbes, because if there will be no moistures, no water, no humidity is present at there, so there will be no questions about what growth of microbes. So in this way we can preserve the food material for the long time period and be utilized further for a life or a long period. Now next, the preservations by the oil and vinegar. Sometimes generally oil we can also use, as you know that at your homes when the pickle is made by your grandma or your mama, then oil is added with that. So why we adding this oil? Suppose that generally you see that the food which cooked in the water and cooked in the oil, which one is more suitable for a long, or which is we can preserve for a long time? The food which is cooked in the ऑयल मीन्स आपने जो ऑयल में फ्राई किया हुआ, नॉर्मली जो ऑयल में फ्राई किया हुआ जिसमें पानी बिल्कुल यूज़ नहीं किया है, तो वो आपके लॉन्ग टाइम पीरियड के लिए सेफ रहेगा, प्रिजर्व रहेगा, क्योंकि उसमें हमने क्या ऑयल सिर्फ यूज़ किया है. सो ऑयल एंड विनेगर कैन ऑल्सो बी यूज फॉर द प्रिजर्विंग फूड मटेरियल. इट मेक्स द कंडीशन inhabitable for the bacteria. Means it is this condition by using the vinegar, acetic acid और सिरका ऑयल, ये क्या करता है, ये कंडीशन को इनहेबिटेबल करता है, इनफेवरेबल कंडीशन कर लेते हैं. मीन्स ये माइक्रोब्स को ग्रो को स्टॉप करते हैं, ऐसी कंडीशन बना देते हैं कि माइक्रोब्स वहाँ पे ग्रो नहीं कर सकते, और माइक्रोब्स ग्रो नहीं करेगा तो वो फूड मटेरियल स्पॉइलेज नहीं होगा, बिकॉज द मेन कॉज फॉर द स्पॉइलेज ऑफ फूड इज वाटर माइक्रोब्स. इट मे बी एल्गी, फंजाई और व्हाटएवर. ओके, so by this method, by using the oil and vinegar, we can preserve the food material like vegetables and the fruits and other fish, meat. This all things can be preserved, or we can avoid the growth of microbes, or we can stop the growth of microbes by using the vinegar in this food material. Now next, the boiling. Boiling, this is also a simple method which we use for water, for milk and water. So by boiling water, boiling kills all the germs or the bacteria present in the water and milk. Means whatever the bacteria, germs, microbes present in the water, that all kills by water boiling. So this boiling is also simple method, and it is the most applicable or usable methods by all the peoples, है ना. इसमें कोई ज़्यादा ऐसा है नहीं, है ना, कि ज़्यादा एक्सपेंसिव मेथड नहीं है या ज़्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड मेथड. इट्स अ वेरी सिंपल मेथड. Normally we can boil the water. Normally in this condition, in this situation is rainy season, क्योंकि बरसात का जब पानी आता है तो उसमें माइक्रोब्स होते हैं, तो उस पानी को अपन गर्म करके बॉयल करके यूज़ कर सकते हैं. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो मेथड फॉर द प्यूरिफिकेशन ऑफ वाटर, और दिस इज अ मेथड फॉर वाटर प्रिजर्वेशन ऑफ फूड लाइक वाटर एंड milk. So it kills the germs present in the food items like milk and water. Now next, pasteurization. It's a very important method. This method is also adapted for water, for the milk, but this method was discovered by the scientist Louis Pasteur. That's why it is called what? The pasteurization. Louis Pasteur. So on the honor of scientist Louis Pasteur, so this method or this process is known as what? Pasteurization. In this process, the milk is heated to about 70 degrees Celsius for the 15 to 30 seconds, and then suddenly it is chilled and stored. Means इसमें क्या किया जाता है कि इसमें एक हाई टेम्परेचर पे 70 नियर बाई 70 डिग्री सेल्सियस पे अपन जो है वो मिल्क को क्या करते हैं, अचानक से गर्म करते हैं और 70 डिग्री पे जो है अपन उसको 15 to 30 सेकेंड्स तक जो है वो गर्म करते हैं और फिर इसको एकदम से चिल्ड करके स्टोर करके फ्रीज में रेफ्रिजरेटर में रख देते हैं. एंड इट कैन बी what preserved for the long time period, means it can be utilized for a next day or for many coming days. Generally we do this method at our home, है ना. कहते हैं ना वाटर को मिल्क को जो है वो बॉईल करके रख देते हैं फ्रीज में, उबाल के ना शाम को यदि दूध लाते तो उसको ना गर्म करके रख देते हैं और फिर फ्रीज में रख देते हैं ना. So this method is generally that is a copy of this pasteurization. एक general way है where we use this method pasteurization. Now next is canning. Canning means what? It is the cooked and sterilized food. जो cooked food और sterilized food होते हैं that can be packed into airtight jar or can. Means canning जो डिब्बे पैक फूड आता है, जितने भी डिब्बे पैक फूड आता है जो मोस्टली फॉरेन कंट्री में ज़्यादा इसका प्रचलन होता है, तो वहाँ पे ये कैनिंग प्रोसेस काफ़ी कमर्शियल प्रोसेस है. दिस इज़ वेरी कमर्शियल प्रोसेस यूजफुल इन इंडस्ट्रियल पर्पस फॉर पैकिंग ऑफ फूड आइटम्स लाइक मुरब्बा, जेलीज, है ना, पिकल्स एंड अदर मीट और फिश, लाइक मैनी अदर फूड मटेरियल कैन बी पैक्ड इनटू वाटर, into airtight container, because airtight container not allowed to pass the air through them. If the air is not passed in that food material, means there will be no questions about the growth of microbes, and that food material is water preserved for a long time period and safe for a long time period, and we can utilize for water coming many months. Now next, so by canning, jams, vegetables and fish can be what? Canned or stored in a airtight container and utilized for a long period. Now next, chemical preservatives. Chemical preservatives means there are some chemicals. There are some chemicals which can be used to stop or inhibit the growth of microbes. That is called the chemical preservatives. For example, acetic acid, sodium benzoate, sodium metabisulfate. These are the some chemicals. यानी क्या है कुल मिला के कि कुछ ऐसे केमिकल होते हैं जो अपन यूज़ करते हैं क्या, फूड को प्रिजर्व करने के लिए, फूड को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए, किससे? फ्रॉम द माइक्रोब्स. मीन्स इफ़ वी यूज़ सपोज दैट अब घर पे ना पिकल्स, अचार, जैम ये बनाते हैं, उसमें सोडियम बेंजोएट मिक्स करते हैं, एसिटिक एसिड सिरका भी डालते हैं और साथ साथ में, या फिर अपन क्या करते हैं, वी कैन ऐड द सोडियम बेंजोएट. सो बाय एडिंग द सोडियम बेंजोएट दैट पिकल्स और दैट अचार और मुरब्बा जेलीज इज व्हाट? प्रिजर्व फॉर द लॉन्ग टाइम पीरियड. मीन्स 2-4 महीने आप स्टोर करके उसको रख सकते हैं, वी कैन यूटिलाइज फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम पीरियड. सो certain chemical which is used as a food preservatives, that is called water, that chemical is called the chemical preservatives. For example, sodium benzoate and sodium metabisulfate. Okay, so this is all about water, food preservation and the methods of food preservation. First one, refrigeration, preservation by the common salt, preservation by sugar, preservation by the oil and vinegar, boiling, pasteurization, canning, and the last chemical preservatives. Means some chemical, certain type of a chemical which is used to preserve the food material. That is called water chemical preservatives, and this method is called chemical preservation. Okay, and this I think clear. Food preservation. Food preservation means what? It can be defined as like it is a process or method to protect the food material by getting spoilage by the microbes, or we can say that it's a method or process to stop the growth of microbes in the food material and preserve the food for the long time period is called food preservation. And the method which we followed or adopted by us to stop the growth of microbes or to preserve food for a long time period, that is this all follows. So simply you note down this all things, because question may be asked in exam many times. This type of question may be exam, what do you mean by the food preservation, and explain some methods of food preservation. So this all are the methods of preservation. Now next we are going to discuss about the last topic, that is water nitrogen cycle. Okay, so now by the pausing video you can note down this all things in your notebook. Okay. So now this is the next topic, that is the nitrogen cycle or the N2 cycle. So as you know that this nitrogen is almost 78% in atmosphere. In air, if we see the constituent of different constituent or major part or element of air, so air is mostly composed of water, nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, helium and other gases. So 78%, nearby this 78% or abundant or most large percentage of gas, that is nitrogen, is present in the air. But as you know that this is an unusable form, means this is a free atmospheric nitrogen, this is N2 form. Atmospheric free nitrogen is cannot be utilized by the organisms, or you can say that cannot be used by the plant directly. First it should be used in usable forms, it converted to the usable forms, or maybe it a form of nitrate and nitrite, and then after it can be utilized by the plant. Now other hand, as we know that this nitrogen is a main constituent of all the other biomolecules. For example, it's a main constituent, main part of protein, because the protein, all the different type of protein is formed by amino acid, and amino acid is formed by water, nitrogen. So nitrogen is the main constituents of water, protein. It is also main constituents of chlorophyll. Protein and chlorophyll, the nitrogen is play as a very crucial role, or as a main constituent. Nitrogen is also main constituent of nucleic acid. It is also main constituent of different types of many vitamins. So we can say that this nitrogen is a main constituent of many biomolecules, like this protein, chlorophyll, vitamin and nucleic acid. But as you know that directly this is not utilized by the plant. So the cycle which make the amount of nitrogen constant in the environment, that is called a nitrogen cycle. Or this you can say that transfer of this nitrogen between, or you can say the balance of nitrogen in between what living and non-living thing is maintained by the biogeochemical cycle, and that cycle is known as what? Nitrogen cycle. As you know that there are many different this biogeochemical cycle, hydrogen cycle, nitrogen cycle, oxygen cycle, carbon dioxide cycle. So this nitrogen cycle is one more most important cycle of a geochemical cycle. Now this cycle is started from where? From the nitrogen fixation. So this nitrogen fixation means what? As I told you that all the plants cannot utilize this free atmospheric nitrogen directly, which means this 78% of nitrogen is useless for a plant if it is not converted into its usable form, means it is not converted into nitrate and nitrite. So nitrogen fixation is a process in which water, this free atmospheric nitrogen or this N2 form of nitrogen is converted into its compound, or it is changed into its nitrate and nitrite. Means it is this nitrogen, this is changed into NO2 and NO3, means in the form of nitrate and nitrite. These are the compound of nitrogen, means this nitrogen, free atmospheric nitrogen changed into nitrate and nitrite, nitrate. So these are the compounding form. These are the compounding form, means these are the compound of water, nitrogen, and this can be utilized by the plant. So this nitrogen fixation means it's a process in which the free atmospheric nitrogen is converted into usable form, is known as water nitrogen fixation. And this nitrogen fixation can be done in three different ways. Means this can be this work of nitrogen converted into its compound by the three methods or in three ways. First one, the nitrogen fixation by the rhizobium. This is called the biological nitrogen fixation. Means some bacteria is useful for water conversion of this free atmospheric nitrogen. For example, rhizobium. This rhizobium is a type of bacteria which is mostly found in the root nodules of a leguminous plant. Means it is found in the family of leguminaceae plants. It forms what a symbiotic association with a leguminous plant and it lives in the root nodules of a plant and it converts this free atmospheric nitrogen into water, nitrate and nitrite, which later on used by the plant for its development and for the growth of a. So in first step, this of a nitrogen fixation, this nitrogen is fixed by the some bacteria or a rhizobium. Second one, the nitrogen fixation by a blue-green algae, and this both process is known as what the conversion of nitrogen by the biological means, or you can say by the some microbes. That's why this both is known as what biological method of this both method means by the rhizobium and by the blue-green algae. So here what happened means the conversion of a free atmospheric nitrogen by water some microbes, that's or you can say some biological organisms. That's why this both methods, this first one and the second one is known as what biological nitrogen fixation. Means the nitrogen fixation can be done by some microbes or some biological organisms. Nitrogen fixation by the blue-green algae, for example, nostoc and amina, these are the some blue-green algae which helps in the conversion or which do the work of converting this free atmospheric nitrogen into its compound. Now third, this nitrogen fixation by the lightning. Means these are the third, this one is a physical method or nitrogen, this free atmospheric nitrogen also convert into its compound in the form of nitrate and nitrite by what? Lightning. Due to high spark or high voltage of lightning, this free atmospheric nitrogen convert into water, nitrate and nitrite, or in the form of a compound, and which can be utilized by the plant. Now second one, absorption of a nitrate by the plants. Whatever the nitrogen converted or after the fixation of nitrogen by the rhizobium or blue-green algae or by the this natural method or lightning, whatever the compound is formed or maybe in the form of nitrate or nitrites, in second step that nitrate and nitrite or nitrogen compound is absorbed by the plants, or that converted into water protein. Means that compound of nitrogen in the form of nitrate and nitrite that should be utilized by the plant, that is utilized by the plant and converted into the plant protein. Now next one, third step. This all the steps are what connected to the one to each other. So whatever the plant protein formed in this second step, that plant protein is converted into the animal protein. And how it is happened? When the plants are eaten by the animals. Means suppose that you know that the many grass eater or herbivorous animals like cow, buffalo, sheep, goat, and these are all depends on what? Plants. Even that human being, we also depends on the plant for the foods like cereals, vegetables, fruits, and many more things. Okay. So that a plant protein means that plant product is eaten by the animal or by the human being. So that plant protein present in the plant body, that is converted into what? Animal protein. Means that is a part of a animal body. Now next, this fourth step is what? Ammonification. Ammonification means whatever the protein means formed in the animal body, that protein is converted into the ammonia by the biological process. This protein, that protein in the animal body or a plant body that is converted into the ammonia, and this can be done by the some specific bacteria that is known as a ammonifying bacteria. Means some specific or specified bacteria, special bacteria is associated or in doing this work. That bacteria is known as what? Ammonifying bacteria, and they do the work of water conversion of protein into ammonia. Okay, so this protein, from the dead or decaying plants, animals, means the protein present in the body of plants and animals. So by after the decomposition of their body, or you can say the body of animal or plant, when decomposed by the microbes, so that converted into water ammonia, and this ammonia conversion is done by water some specific bacteria that is called ammonifying bacteria. Now next, nitrification. Ammonification is water, the protein change into ammonia. Now it's a very clear from the word ammonification. Ammonification means in the third step what forms? Protein forms. Okay, first step, nitrogen change into what its compound, then this compound are utilized by the plants and they became a part of a plant body. Next, that plant is eaten by the animals, so water that also goes into water animal body. Now here this protein is present in the two form, in the form of animal protein or a plant protein. So when these plants or animal die, so their body decomposed or by the saprophytes or some special bacteria present that is called ammonifying bacteria. That bacteria helps or convert that protein present in animal and a plant body, that convert into ammonia. Now next, nitrification. Nitrification means water. Here what forms? This ammonia forms. So here whatever the ammonia is formed, that ammonia is converted into water, nitrate and nitrite again. So this step is called what? Means all the steps are connected to one by one. All these are the interlinkage in between by each one. So here ammonia is formed. So this ammonia is water utilized by here. So this ammonia is converted into nitrate and nitrites by water, nitrifying bacteria. Here ammonifying bacteria do the work of water conversion of a protein to ammonia. Now here ammonia converted into water, nitrate and nitrite, and this is called water nitrification. Nitrification means the ammonia converted into nitrate and nitrites by water, some specific bacteria that is called a nitrifying bacteria. Means some bacteria play very crucial role in the conversion of this ammonia into nitrate and nitrites. Now you know that this nitrate and nitrites are utilized by the water plants. Means this form can be utilized by the plants. So this nitrates and nitrites are absorbed by the plants. Means these are the food material for water plants. Directly plants cannot able to utilize this free atmospheric nitrogen. We know that 78% nitrogen is present in the atmosphere. The most abundant, most large percentage of gases in atmosphere is water, nitrogen. Approximately 78%, then 21% oxygen, then carbon dioxide, and 0.03% other gases, rest gases. So large percentage, but this large percentage is useless for the plant till it is not converted into its compound or in the form of nitrate or nitrites. Okay, do you understand? Are you getting? Yes, the point is that whatever this is 78% of nitrogen, free atmospheric nitrogen present in the atmosphere in a elemental form or a N2 form, that is useless. यानी वो plant directly use नहीं कर सकते जब तक कि वो इस कंपाउंड में कन्वर्ट नहीं हो जाए, मीन्स नाइट्रेट और नाइट्राइट की फॉर्म में नहीं आ जाए. और ये सब काम करते कौन? राइजोबियम, ब्लू ग्रीन algae by the lightning. Then this change into the ammonia, or this change into protein, and protein again change into ammonia, ammonia again change into nitrate and nitrites. Then these nitrites and nitrates are utilized by water plants, absorbed by or eaten by or taken by plants. Now next, So here whatever the nitrates and nitrates formed by the ammonia by the special bacteria, nitrifying bacteria, that is utilized or absorbed by the water plants again. Now next in the last steps, denitrification. Denitrification means what? Whatever this compound is formed here in this sixth step, that is again water that converted into into this free atmospheric nitrogen. Means this nitrates and nitrates means compound of nitrogen again converted in water, free atmospheric, and that free atmospheric released into the atmosphere, and again what happened? The whole amount of nitrogen is regulated in a atmosphere or a fixed or a controlled. So this cycle will be going on and on and on. So that's why it is called water nitrogen cycle. Means how the nitrogen is regulated or fixed in between water, living and non-living plants. Means how the amount of the nitrogen control in the atmosphere. So here denitrification, this is also done by some special bacteria that is called water denitrifying bacteria. Okay, here nitrification done by the nitrifying bacteria, ammonification done by the ammonifying bacteria. Okay, so here this nitrate and nitrites again water released into the atmosphere when the plants or animal die. Okay, so after the decomposition of this amount of nitrate and nitrites converted simply by the denitrifying bacteria into the free atmospheric nitrogen or elemental form, and that released into the atmosphere. So whatever the whole percentage or whole amount of the nitrogen is fixed or constant in the atmosphere. So this type of a cycle is going on in nature. Okay, so this is all about water nitrogen cycle or a nitrogen N2 cycle. It's a type of a geochemical cycle. Okay, so I think it's clear for everyone. If you have any problem anywhere, you can ask me, because this topic is very important as a point of view of examination, है ना. हायर क्लास में भी ये ना आपको हमेशा क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है नाइट्रोजन साइकिल के बारे में, और बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस, मेनी क्वेश्चंस कैन बी आस्क्ड फ्रॉम this all things. Okay, so now by pausing this video you can write down this all things. Okay, prepare your notes. So this can be very helpful for you. You can find it many questions from here, and you can find it many answers of many questions. Okay, क्योंकि यहाँ से बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन बनते हैं और बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन का आपको आंसर इसमें मिल जाएगा. Okay, I hope you enjoy this video. Once again, have a nice day. Thanks.